Welcome to the second annual WSTY Prep Football Awards brought to you by S&S Sports Center. I'm Daryl Smith along with my partner Matt Greer, and we will be announcing our winners for this year's S&SBs. The 2013 high school football season brought us many great games and performances by our local high school student athletes. High school football in our area is some of the best around, and we recognize now the winners of our S&S Sports Center Players of the Game from our broadcast of the WSTY Game of the Week. In Week 1, Laranger against St. Thomas, player of the game was quarterback Jake Ingraffia. Week 2, Ponchatoula A-Meet, we had Brian Rogers, running back from Ponchatoula. Week 3, Springfield, Albany, and the player of the game was running back, defensive back, Zach Clark. Week 4, Kentwood over Independence, the player of the game was quarterback Tavarius Batiste of Kentwood High School. Week 5, Jules Sumner beat St. Michael with the player of the game going to wide receiver / defensive back Jonathan Jackson from Jules Sumner. Week 6, Laranger over Independence, player of the game, number 28, Cody James, running back from Laranger High School. Week 7, Ponchatoula over Slidell, player of the game, number 12, quarterback Christian Campbell. Week 8, Jules Sumner over A-Meet, player of the game was number 20, running back, kick returner Ben Jones from Jules Sumner. Week 9, A-Meet and Independence, player of the game, number 8, running back Kenner Harrell from A-Meet. And Week 10, Ponchatoula over Hammond, player of the game, number 22, running back Brian Rogers of Ponchatoula. Congratulations to these guys for their outstanding performances. Matt, what a great year for high school football was 2013.
We had a great time. We saw a lot of great football. And you know, Daryl, this area has gotten so big with their high school football, all these players coming out that are making not only the college scene, but the national scene as well. A lot of people, a lot of coaches coming in here to recruit, and we get to see that every Friday night during football season with the high schools.
Well, and what we also get to see is the atmosphere, the Friday night lights, not just the players, not just the games, the coaches, the staff, the cheerleaders, the dance team, the bands. We get to see it all, and we enjoy it. But now we move on to what you all been waiting for, the S&SBs.
Our next award is for Academic Player of the Year. These are young men that got it done on the field and in the classroom. The nominees are Aaron Basso from Ponchatoula High School, 3.9 GPA. Dylan Vaughn, again, from Laranger High School with a 3.7 GPA. And Luke Callahan from Albany High School with a 4.0 GPA. And the S&SB does go to Luke Callahan, quarterback, Albany High School.
Okay, we are here at Albany High School for our next award, and it is the Academic Player of the Year, and that goes to Luke Callahan of the Albany Hornets. Luke, a lot of big-time awards go for strictly your performance on the field. You're being rewarded for not only being a part of the team and your performance on the field, but what you do in the classroom with a 4.0 grade average. I think I had a 4.0 for about 1 second when I was in high school, and that was only because I made an A in PE. So to keep those grades up and to work hard, working on football, it's quite a challenge, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Going to practice every day, you have to really find time after school to study and to work. And it's really worth it, going into college and going to the next levels, because without grades, I don't know what I would have.
Well, we see so many kids that come out and they're very talented on the field, but they can't make the grade, so they're not able to take that next step to the college level. Obviously, you're putting yourself in a position to go to college. You're a junior. You got one more year of high school. From the academic side, any thoughts in your mind what you want to do and where you want to go?
Well, actually, I'm interested in going to LA Tech. I don't think I'm going to go play football anymore because I really want to focus on my grades, and I want to go into mechanical engineering, and that's going to take a lot of work. So.
Well, not being the smartest guy in the world, I'm not sure what mechanical engineering is, but hey, all them letters got to be a lot of money, right?
Right. It is pretty successful and it pays well. So.
Well, I'm sure your mom and dad are real proud. Congratulations on being our Academic Player of the Year. That's Luke Callahan from the Albany Hornets. And now we're here with Luke Callahan's head coach, Blaine Westmoreland. And Coach, this is an award given for academics, and you being the football coach, it's got to be a fine line keeping these guys' heads in the classroom when all they're thinking about football and getting those grades up so they have the eligibility to play.
Oh, that's right. Luke's an outstanding young man. He does a great job for us on and off the field. He's one of our leaders. He's one of several guys that has a 4.0 for us, but Luke's just an outstanding young man that leads us, like I said, on the field and off the field. And, with a 4.0, that's tough to do in today's, with all the stuff we've got to do in school and everything, as well as, playing He's also a track athlete, beta member. He's a part of several things at Albany High School. We're very proud of him.
Well, Coach, and we were talking a little bit before we did the interview here. Your first year here, 3-7, but a big win over Jules Sumner, and you were in a lot of games here. So obviously you're building in the right direction. Tell us something about your Albany Hornets from this year and what you got going heading into next season.
You know, you never be satisfied with 3-7 season. You know, but we were in some games we shouldn't have been in. You know, won some games that nobody thought we'd win. But we were very excited to get that year over. We're very excited, looking forward to 2014 season. You know, we got a lot of things coming in. We're building a new field house across the street, new weight room, concession stands, and bathrooms. That should hopefully be ready for the football season. You know, there's a lot of things going on at Albany High School to be very happy and be proud to be part of the Hornet Nation.
And congratulations on your success here so far, and congratulations on Luke Callahan and the Albany Hornets here winning our Academic Player of the Year, Coach Blaine Westmoreland.
Our next award is for Play of the Year. Many plays during the course of the season caught our eye, but this one especially did. When Amite took on North Webster in the state quarterfinal, a couple of all-district players from Amite, Devarius Henderson, quarterback, Kendrick Vining, wide receiver. After the ball was snapped over Henderson's head, facing a 2nd and 32, Henderson hits Vining on a 10-yard crossing pattern. Vining breaks 3 tackles on his way to a 65-yard touchdown to seal the victory for the Amite Warriors. So the SNSB does go to Devarius Henderson and Kendrick Vining from the Amite High School Warriors.
And they snap the ball, and he's not looking for it as Henderson. He'll go back and fall on it at his own 35-yard line, so the Warriors shooting themselves in the foot. Up to Henderson down the passing game. Zips one. This is Vining. Cross the 54. He may go. Kendrick Vining to the house. And talk about overcoming adversity. There it is. Henderson to Vining.
Kendrick Vining.
65-yard touchdown pass. And the lead is now 28-19. Once again here in the Amite locker room representing our Play of the Year. It was a big one. Playoffs, North Webster. Devarius, you were dropped back at quarterback. Ball was snapped over your head. You were able to pick it up, hit Kendrick Vining on a short slant. He broke 3 tackles for a big, long touchdown. Tell us about that play, our Play of the Year.
Really, I was getting a signal from Coach Foster, and the center had snapped the ball over the head, and I didn't realize he picked it up. Saw Kendrick on the slant.
Well, you know, you had enough wherewithal. Usually when a ball's like that, the first thing you want to do is fall on it, but you were able to pick it up and keep your eyes downfield to pick up Vining on that little slant route and made such a big play and a huge win for y'all up at North Webster. How did you keep your focus down the field on a play like that?
I don't really know. I just saw him.
Just your instincts.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again. Kendrick isn't here, the other recipient of he was on the other end of that play, and also to the whole offense on that play. But y'all two get the awards, and congratulations on a great season.
Yeah, you too.
Our next award is for Performance of the Year. These are performances that went on during our broadcast for the game of the week. And the nominees are number 20, running back Ben Jones from Jules Sumner High School. Versus Amite, Ben rushed for 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a 66-yard touchdown on a kickoff return, and also had 5 solo tackles on defense. Next nominee, Kenner Harrell from Amite High School versus West Feliciana in a playoff game, 246 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, and also converted 2 two-point conversions. Zach Clark, our next nominee from Springfield High School, versus Albany, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions himself. And on defense, he had 11 solo tackles and 2 interceptions. And our SNSB goes to Zach Clark from Springfield High School.
Kemp hands the ball. Clark around the right side.
Look out.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. They're not catching him.
Clark around the right side. Cuts it upfield. It's going to be hit hard. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle.
Look out.
Now he's at the 50. Clark could go. And I'm going to tell you right now, to me, that just sealed the player of the game right there. He was my leading candidate along with Ashton, but
Mine as well.
Zach Clark is going to win our S&S Sports Center player of the game. And we're here in the library at Springfield High School with our winner of the Performance of the Year, Zach Clark from Springfield. Zach, huge game against Albany this year. rushed for over 200 yards on only 11 carries. But then on the other side of the ball, you had an interception, you had 11 tackles, and 3 touchdowns. Quite a performance. Tell us a little bit about that ball game.
Well, it's obviously a big game. It's a battle of 12, and we had to come out and play our best game. Really wanted to beat them pretty good, and I had came out and I had 2 pretty bad fumbles, so I wanted to make up for that. So I thought I did a pretty good job of coming back from those 2 errors, but that's pretty much it.
Well, anytime you get into a ball game and you rush for that many yards, 200 yards, that's a big game. 3 touchdowns, a big game. But you did it on both sides of the ball, and that's what makes it unique and one of the reasons why it is our performance of the year. Tell us a little bit about what you did on defense against Albany.
Well, honestly, I was tired the entire game, so I was just trying to go out, and they had a fast little running back, so I was just mainly trying to run him down the entire game. And luckily, early on, I got a pick, so that was pretty good. But mainly just, keep that guy from getting outside on us.
Well, what a great game you had against Albany. Once again, our performance player of the year. And moving on now, you step into you've told me is your main sport, big-time baseball player. So maybe if we get to do something later on with the baseball, we'll be able to see you in a game, maybe against St. Thomas is what we're looking at right now. But once again, congratulations, our performance play of the year. Back here with Coach Ryan Surpass of Springfield High School. And Coach, we just presented Zach with his award for that huge game against Albany. Tell us a little bit about his contributions in that football game against your arch rival.
Yeah, Zach is a big time player for us. Had a huge role for us this year. He really started that game at the running back position, and due to an injury later in the game, we had to put him at quarterback. And he made several big plays at quarterback and running back, and to averaged I think a little right at 20 yards a carry. 3 touchdowns was a huge night, and then you go to the other side of the ball. Being a 2A school, had to play both sides of the ball. He played middle linebacker for us as well, and I think he had 7 solo tackles and 4 or 5 assists, and then an interception as well. So he was all over the field that night, and by the end of the night he was dead tired, and he had one of the best performances that I've been around as a coach.
Well, we talked about this as you've come here for a few years now, and you're starting to build that reputation of a team that's one of the teams that beat in your district every year, and players like Zach are one of the reasons and the ability of a small school to have these kids go both ways. They got to be in great shape. But tell us a little bit about your Springfield Bulldogs from this season, what you're able to accomplish, and what you're looking for next year. Well,
we had high expectations coming into the season with the amount of returners that we had off last year's semifinal team, and so I don't think that we kind of lived up to the expectations that we had set for ourselves coming in. But overall, it was a successful season, making it to the second round of the playoffs and losing to the eventual state runner-up. I really think our program's on the way up, and these kids really have bought into what we're trying to do here, and I'm proud of of them and the hard work that my coaches have put in to get us to this point to be one of the better programs in the area.
Good luck to y'all in next season, and congratulations on having Zach win this award, and congratulations on the Bulldogs making it to the second round of the playoffs this year after a trip to the semifinals. Heads up to the Springfield Bulldogs here as they are moving on up.
Our next award is for Special Teams Player of the Year, and the nominees are Aaron Malik, kicker from Ponchatoula High School. Aaron was 5 for 11 on field goals, had a long of 39, and was 50 of 54 on PATs, and Aaron kicked a lot of touchbacks. Next nominee, Jeremy Cottrell from Jules Sumner High School, who had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns and 32 special teams tackles. Word has it Jeremy will be going to LSU. Next nominee, Jordan Ard from Amite High School with 62 special teams tackles. And the SNSB goes to Jeremy Cottrell of Jules Sumner High School.
I'm dying to see Cottrell return one. Looks like he will get this one off. Pretty good looking punt. Down to the 45-yard line. That's going to be Kiwan. That's going to be Cottrell. Around that left side, and there he goes. 30, 25, 20, down to the 10. He's going to be down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him out at around the 9, and there you see Jerome Cottrell.
We are in the weight room at Sumner High School, home of the Cowboys, with Jerome Cottrell, our winner of the Special Teams Player of the Year. Jerome, special teams is often overlooked as part of the football game. Everybody wants to talk offense, defense. You excelled on the field in those areas, but also on special teams, 32 tackles and a couple of kickoff returns for a touchdown. How hard is it to put your mind into special teams when really you talk about your position, but special teams is so huge?
I mean, like Coach says, special team, like that's just the big part of the game. I mean, just got to be special, and I'm just hoping to be one of them players.
As a kick returner, you're sitting back there, you're waiting for that ball to come down, you're not able to look and see what's coming at you. I'm sure it's a little easier as a kickoff returner than a punt returner. What goes through your mind as you're waiting on that ball to come down?
I mean, just hoping the ball just hit me hard and just get me off guard, and just the rest will go handle itself.
And also going down covering kicks, 32 tackles. It seems you have a nose for the football, made some big plays this year. Tell us about it.
I mean, that's just being a ball hawk. I mean, while I'm back there, as a DB, I mean, you got to have the instinct to tackle, make plays, just being a bigger part of the team.
Well, obviously you made some big plays. Once again, want to congratulate you. Jerome Cottrell, our Special Teams Player of the Year. And once again here at Sumner, Coach Zephaniah Powell, Coach Special Teams Player of the Year, Jerome Cottrell. Tell us a little bit about this young man.
Jerome actually plays defensive back for us. One of the things that he came to me in the offseason and said, Coach, I really want to catch punts this year, because usually he's just been a gunner for us on our punt team and also on our kick coverage. We put him back there, and he works extremely hard at it, along with our special teams coordinator, Coach Career, and he had a great season doing it for us this year.
Well, obviously we talked about that being such a big part of the game, often overlooked, but you can get a quick touchdown here or a great field position, a stop back inside the 5. It's such a huge part of football.
Right, exactly. And, what we try to do is we try to follow what, like, some of your more prominent powers are doing, like a John Curtis and some of the Evangels. They spend so much more time working defensively and special teams because you can flip the field in an instant. And they try their best to put athletes back there to give them an opportunity to win. And so we're pretty much following that model with a kid like Jerome and some others as well, too.
Well, Coach, thanks to these kids and, of course, your leadership, Jules Sumner has become one of those teams every year to start the season that, hey, those guys are a chance to win district. Tell us about this past season. You come up a little bit short of winning district, but you were right in it to the end.
Right. Well, the main thing is and where you guys are at right now is this has been the fundamental basis of what's really turned our program around. Our strength and conditioning program with Coach Kendrick Whittington, who's our strength and conditioning coach, it's pretty much made all the difference in the world. Yes, this year we did fall short, but next year we're expecting to be right back in the thick of the 8-3A race.
And congratulations to Jerome Cottrell, our Special Teams Player of the Year.
Our next award is for Defensive Player of the Year, and the nominees are Edwin Alexander, defensive end from the St. Thomas Falcons. Edwin had 70 total tackles, 12 sacks, All-State, a verbal commit to LSU, and the 7-2A defensive MVP. Dylan Vaughn, the next nominee from LaRondre High School, linebacker, 113 total tackles, 27 for loss, 5 sacks, a couple of picks, and 3 fumble recoveries. Dylan will be playing for Southeastern in the fall as well. The next nominee is Jordan Ard from Amite High School, linebacker, 140 tackles, 43 for loss to go along with 12 sacks, 2 picks, and 7 fumble recoveries. All 3 are all district nominations, and the SNSB goes to number 43, linebacker Jordan Ard from Amite High School.
Ferguson's going to throw it.
He's not throwing nothing there. Amite read it and drags him down. Let's see what that is. He's slow to get up, the one who had the hand on him.
That's
looks
43.
Like it is.
That's Ard.
That's another Warrior sweeping one of our major awards here. Our Defensive Player of the Year, Jordan Ard. Jordan, great season this year. 140 tackles, 43 of them for loss. He had 12 sacks, 2 picks, and 7 fumble recoveries. What a great season, and Johnny on the spot around that football, huh?
Yes, sir.
You worked hard this year, and did they kind of scheme some things for you to allow you to – because I know you moved in from safety to linebacker, and you made a lot of plays this year. The big guys up front top and allow you to roam free to the football?
Yes, sir. I just pick a gap, tell him go to the opposite gap, and be open.
Now, you had to drop back some coverage. Like I said, you had a couple of picks this year. So which is more important to you when you get out there? You like hitting somebody, or is it the main thing being where you're supposed to be and playing assignment football?
Playing assignment football and hitting people.
Well, you did a great job this year. I know you're probably looking at maybe going on to that next level. I know you haven't made up your mind yet. Have you narrowed it down any?
Yubo in California and Campbell in Kentucky.
Well, congratulations on being our Defensive Player of the Year. Good luck in your choice, and I hope many, many days you'll have some more great football to play at the next level. From Amite High School, our Defensive Player of the Year, the Warrior, Jordan Ard.
Our next award goes for Offensive Player of the Year. The nominees are running back Kenner Harrell from Amite High School. Kenner rushed for over 1,800 yards and 19 touchdowns. He was all-district, 8-3A offensive MVP. Next nominee, Jake Ingraffia, running back, quarterback / wide receiver. Jake was all over the field, had over 1,600 total yards of offense, 15 touchdowns, was also all-district, and Jake will be playing for Southeastern this fall. Next nominee is Jermaine Ashton from Springfield High School. The Bulldog rushed for 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, averaging 5.8 yards per rush, and was also all-district. And without further ado, the SNSB goes to Kenner Harrell, number 8 running back from Amite High School.
Harrell, right side, open gate, wide open, untouched, end zone, touchdown, and we're tied. Harrell, left side, runs through an arm tackle.
Look out!
Breaks
He's
it up the
gone!
middle. Third time tonight. Touchdown, Warriors!
How about a nail in the coffin?
We're in the weight room at Amite High School, home of the Warriors, and with our Offensive Player of the Year, Kenner Harrell, sophomore running back, 1,800 yards, 19 touchdowns this year. Kenner, congratulations on a great year. Tell me a little bit about your season and what you were able to accomplish this year.
I'm just real thankful to have the season that I had and real humble. And I want to thank my offensive line for helping me get that many yards. So, yeah.
A lot of hard work went into it. It all starts here in the weight room. But like I said, only a sophomore. Y'all already working out for next year. Do you think that you're going to be able to put those same type numbers up next year or maybe improve on them a little bit?
Improve a little bit more. Still getting better. We're still working. And just keep on working.
And, you know, you were a big part of your team's success this year. Y'all finished up at 10-4, but a nice run in the playoffs to the state semifinals. Working hard and getting the individual honors is great, but you always want to do it as a team, correct?
Yeah, that's right. This next year we just got to finish, though.
Well, congratulations once again, our WSTY Offensive Player of the Year, Kenner Harrell.
Our next award goes for Coach of the Year. We have a lot of good coaches in this area, but our SNSB goes to Coach Alden Foster from Amite. Last year, Amite missed the playoffs for the first time in a very long time. And this year, after a rocky start, Amite really turned things around, ending the season with a 7-3 record and getting into the playoffs, running all the way to the state semifinals, where it was a cold night up in Union Parish, where they eventually lost. Finishing the season 10-4, it was a very great season for Amite High School, led by Coach Alden Foster, our SNSB recipient for Coach of the Year. After a lot of deliberation between Butch, Dog, and myself, and there were many worthy candidates, we decided for the Player of the Year to be quarterback Christian Campbell from Ponchatoula High School. Christian led the Green Wave with almost 2,500 total yards of offense, 24 touchdowns, averaging 8.4 yards per rush. Christian was also an All-State honorable mention and was a 6'5" offensive MVP. Where it has it, Les Miles is looking at Christian pretty heavily, so who knows? We may see Christian one day in the purple and gold.
Campbell rolls right, looking to throw.
Coverage
Being
is
strung
good.
out. He's going to break one tackle, cut inside the 20. Now he's got a lane. He could take it. He will. Touchdown, Ponchatoula. Quarterback keeper. Speed gets him to the outside. Nice block out front by Rogers. Springs him inside the 15.
On his feet, he's going to score.
Touchdown.
My goodness.
And we're here at Ponchatoula High School with our winner of our Player of the Year, Christian Campbell, quarterback for the Green Wave. Christian, only a junior, so looking for big things out of him again next year. But give us a few thoughts about how your season went this year and what you did to earn this award.
Well, my season went pretty good, better than I expected actually, and I ended up getting a lot of attention from it.
Well, you're getting a lot of attention, and you deservedly so because you had a great season running the football, throwing the football. You made a lot of big plays for Ponchatoula this year. Y'all made it to the playoffs. But you have another season to play. So what can you do in this offseason to improve on this award and get yourself ready for next year?
Well, I mean, I can always work on my passing a little bit more, and I mean, I got the running down pretty good. But if I made myself a better passer, I'd become a better player. So I plan on working on my passing game.
So you would probably say your athletic ability right now is your biggest asset. Reading defenses, knowing what's coming, picking up the blitzes, knowing where to go with the football. That's something you see a lot of great quarterbacks do. Is that something that comes easy, or is it something you got to really study the film and work on?
Well, it's not very easy, but I mean, my coaches help me, so they help. I mean, it's become fairly easy nowadays.
And also going into next season now, winning an award like this and also having such a great season, next year will be the year when all the schools start looking. I'm sure they're already looking, but you'll have to have that in the back of your mind. Is that something you think you're going to be able to compartmentalize and put to the side and wait to the end of the year, or you'd like to get it out of the way and know where you're going kind of before the season starts?
Well, I'd like to get through my season first, then worry about that kind of thing after.
And I'm assuming you're looking forward to going to the next level and playing a lot of great things. We appreciate watching you this year. We'll be back to watch you next year. Congratulations once again. That's Christian Campbell, quarterback of the Ponchatoula Green Wave. And that completes our program for the evening. We hope that you have enjoyed our second annual WSTY Prep Football Award Show brought to you by S&S Sports Center. S&S is not only our sponsor for this show and the Game of the Week, but they do a great job with our wardrobes as we travel to these schools each week. It's especially harder to make some of us look good. So thanks again to WSTY and S&S Sports Center, and congratulations to our nominees and winners of our awards tonight. We also want to say good job to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans who make Friday night special for our broadcast. So for our cameraman, the immortal one, Butch Lee, our partner in crime, the round mound of sound himself, Matt Greer, I'm the big dog, Daryl Smith, saying we'll bark at you next season. Woof.